IMSA fans, we are here for the second edition of the Battle on the Bricks. One of the great things, one of the hidden things to many about here in local Indianapolis, there's so many rich teams that support the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, Michelin Pilot Challenge. We're going to get into the history with some shop tours. Bryan Herta Autosport, one of them representing Hyundai. Not only have they won championship upon championship, but they're doing big and interesting things, working in a variety of championships. But here we're going to focus, take a little shop tour with our friend, Phil Howard. Friends, we have Phil Howard, who runs the team. Bryan Herta Autosport formed in the late 2000s, 2009 or so. Junior open wheel is where the team got its start. Won the 2011 Indianapolis 500 with our beloved friend Dan Weldon, also a Rolex 24 Daytona champion as well. Moved into the training aspect in sports cars with Hyundai in this vast TCR program. Why don't we take a look here? Tell us about the amount of men and women you have here. Love seeing there's a lot of youth as well, right? Working on these cars, these Hyundais, which are just amazing in the TCR class.
Yeah, we've got a good group. It's basically a mixture of older guys like myself, if you like, who've worked in Indy cars, and younger guys that we've trained and brought into the business. It's worked really well for us. We have 2 or 3 females, a couple full-time at the moment. Got Megan there, who's one of our engineers. You know, we work as one big team, even with the private car that we run. Everybody chips in wherever they're needed, and I mean, we've got a bunch of guys. They don't mind if they're not working on the car. They're more than happy to go and clean wheels and things like that. So it works out really good for us. The layout is not exactly ours. It's Sarah Fisher, actually, which was originally in here. It's their layout, but it does work extremely well. If you'd have been here 3 months ago, you'd have wondered if we got enough space, because we had these 4 cars, and then we had the 4 Pikes Peak cars as well. So it was pretty busy in here at that point.
One of the great things that Bryan Herta Autosport has done to accommodate Robert Wickens, knowing that he spends most of his time in a wheelchair, is to develop a transporter that is really special and custom for him. Most transporters, like the one you see here, have big engineering offices built into the front. It's where the drivers, engineers get together, debrief or game plan, but very tight and narrow, many steps, not something that is easily handled for someone in a wheelchair. So Bryan and Phil, the team, have come up with a second transporter, one that's more open. So here, much easier for Robert to get in. There is indeed a ramp for him to come into, plus the hydraulic lift here. They'll also set up tables, set up benches, just something with a little bit of a wider floor plan, easier for Robbie to navigate and do what he does in winning that TCR championship last year, just facilitating that a little bit more. So Phil, running 4 Hyundai TCR entries means you go through a lot of consumables, plus Bryan Herta Autosport also looks after customers running TCRs in IMSA and anywhere else here in North America. This is where you support them with the spares that are necessary.
Yeah, we have 2 teams in Mexico, 2 teams about to begin running in Panama, and numerous others around South America that all called on us for parts. So this is just a small portion of our parts stock. We have quite a bit upstairs as well.
Bring in what you need as supplies get numbers come down a little bit. Yeah, everything from motors to subframes, clutch components, brake hats, master cylinders. If you happen to be a member of the Hyundai N family, I would imagine there's some road car lovers would absolutely give anything to get inside here for 5 minutes, because all the fast, fun parts, this is where they're found.
For sure.
So Phil, we are in what we could call a multi-purpose room. The smell is one of transmission oil, a very pungent thing. If you've been in racing, you know that smell, but also a shock dynamometer, right? This is
Yep.
where a lot of intelligence is either gathered or trying and testing to get the perfect damping setup here. Laptop set behind that. Pull that post down there, stick the damper in place, run that through, it cycles. But tell folks what else we're looking at in here, because you do use this room for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a vacuum machine that we use on the shocks, and then you got the presses. We do the sub-assembly in here, building the uprights, putting bearings in them, that sort of thing. And then of course the gearbox rebuilds are done in here as well. So it's quite a bit done in this room.
We do have this central walkway here, place where your crew can work, engineers, mechanics, anything that is needed, the oversight and helping in the prep of the Hyundai TCR entries, but also because Hyundai has placed such great faith in Bryan Herta Autosport, they also ask you to look after some cars, to help prepare some others. So we're all focused on IMSA, but it's great to know that Hyundai says, we go to Pikes Peak, to which you all say, let's do that. And let's do that with great EV vehicle as well, breaking some new barriers there.
We've been asked by Hyundai to do various different projects. We've been to the Nürburgring 24 twice ourselves with the Elantra, which was really good. And then, of course, we developed the Ioniq 5 for the Pikes Peak event.
And that's a look, with help of our friend Phil Howard here, Bryan Herta Autosport, Speedway, Indiana, one of the great sports car teams located in and around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Make sure you follow along with us on IMSA's official YouTube channel and follow IMSA Racing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with some pretty cool people with some pretty cool race cars. Visit IMSA.com to hear the action called live and download the official IMSA app to follow the timing and scoring information as the sessions take place.